Hey guys, Crewman here. And it's been a while since I've done one of these videos. So in this week's profitability video, first I want to start with a full shed tour. I've made a few changes. I've sold some GPUs. I've bought some others. So I want to show you exactly what I still have, what I'm mining, and then I'll go over the temperatures and how it sounds so you guys get a full idea. So first thing is, this is a 9x3060 Ti rig mining Conflux, Radiant, and Zill. And then you can see my buddy's Octo miners and his other rig. He is mining Ergo, Radiant, Zill, but that's my hosting. And then you can see my 6x3070 rig, Conflux, Radiant, Zill on that one. My mixed 3060 Ti 3070 rig, it's mining Conflux, Radiant, and Zill. This one is just a mix of all the cards that run too hot. Then we have the 3080s I have left, 7 of the 8. This one is mining Ergo, Radiant, and Zill, followed by a 6x3060 Ti Founders Edition rig. I've had this one for a long time, Conflux, Radiant, and Zill on this rig. 3070 rig, this is 4 Founders and 2 EVGAs. This one is mining Conflux, Radiant, and Zill, followed by a 6x3070 EVGA XC3 rig. This one's mining Radiant, Conflux, and Zill. Then we have a mixed 53060 Ti, 13070, and a 3900X, which is mining Raptorium. The GPUs are mining Conflux, Radiant, and Zill. We've got 12 3070s over here mining Ergo, Radiant, and Zill. And then we've got 11 AMD GPUs, 16800 and 10 6700 XTs mining Radiant and Zill. Then we have a 6x3070 Ti rig mining Conflux, Radiant, and Zill. Next we've got 8x3070 rig, mostly EVGA, mining Ergo, Radiant, and Zill, followed by a mixed AIB 3070 rig mining Conflux, Radiant, and Zill. Next we've got a 6x3060 rig, non-TI, and a 3900X, which is mining Raptorium. The GPUs are mining Ergo, Radiant, and Zill. Then we've got an 8x3070 rig, which is mining Ergo, Radiant, and Zill. Down here we've got my original EVGA 6xXC3 rig mining Conflux, Radiant, and Zill. And then finally we've got a CPU mining rig. It has a 3700 on it, or a 3070 on it, which is not on, and that one's mining Raptorium. Sounds like it's about 94 degrees, 93. It's about, and it's in the shed, and it's about, I want to say 85 outside right now. So we got about a 10-degree difference. All right, now let's go to my garage, and here you can see what it sounds like. This is my 40 series rig. It has a two 4070s, a 4070 Ti, a 4080, and a 4090, mining Conflux, Radiant, Zill. This is a 3070 that's just on a bench getting repaired, and these are a batch of GPUs that I'm going to be using to stream. More on that soon. So let's go over my profitability numbers. Alright guys, let's show you how I calculate my power. So two things to consider. The first thing is, this is not including my house. This is just the power that I actually use from my shed and my garage to mine with. And I have meters on all of the 240 amp circuits. So the only thing I'm really guesstimating on is the garage and the 120 amp, which are easy enough to figure out. So you can see my calculations up there. So I use a total of 1,616 kilowatt hours. If you look at my distribution, that I pay 7 cent 0.077, so 7 cents per kilowatt hour. And then you can see my delivery is fixed at $439. So because half of my bill is fixed, theoretically the more power I use, the cheaper it is. So the guesstimate of my bill for just my crypto mining is about $1,674. And then you take that and you divide it by the amount of kilowatt hours I've used, so you get 10 cents or 0.104. My last month's bill, which I actually just paid, I got pretty close to that. I think it came out to 0.103 because it's less when you take into account how much power my house uses. So now let's show you the numbers and see how profitable I am. Okay, so here's how we calculate my profits. The first thing you'll notice is I take away the hosting power because my friend pays for that directly. So then I end up with 14,408 kilowatt hours. You add that into my bill and you see the calculations below. The guesstimate on my bill is $1,550. I take that and divide it by 31, and this is all assuming that I have no downtime. Then you see that it costs me $50 a day to run the farm. I charge my friend 2 cents per kilowatt hour to host him, so it makes me about $1 a day. So I subtract that cost from the total cost to run it per day. So I'm down to about $49, basically $49. And then when you take into account my total profits right now, I'm making about $43 a day currently on what I'm mining. So that is a loss of $5.11, which I'm okay with, and I've gone over why I'm okay with that many times. You know, I believe in holding for the long term, and I believe that it is cheaper to mine thanks to write-offs and to the fact that I don't have to put money into these small exchanges, move them out, and by the time the fees are taken into consideration, I would actually end up making less if I just bought the coin. Also, when you consider my power write-off, because this is a business, I get about $11.43 a day back when you consider the write-off. So I am theoretically profitable. Alright guys, so what I plan on mining in the future. Well, the first thing I want to go over is, obviously a lot of people like to check hashrate.no for their numbers. I think these numbers are very, very, very misleading. Now I'm just scrolling down and you can see the profitability on 10 cents per kilowatt hour of the various GPUs. Now let's stop at the RTX 3070, which shows 9 cents per day on Clore at my power rate. Now let's really dig into the 3070, right? So first off, it actually changed and shows Dynex being the most profitable. I don't like to mine Dynex. Myself and other YouTubers and other crypto miners in general have stated what they do not like about Dynex, so I don't mine it. Then you have joke coins like Pepe Proof of Work, Skydodge. I don't really know much about Clore, but it has such a low market cap that it's hard to take it seriously right now. And then we get to Radiant, which shows only a 5 cent per day profit, but I believe in the long-term future of Radiant a lot more. So I would mine something like Radiant over something like Clore. And even Dynex, it's only a 3 cent profitability difference. And let's just say you do believe in Dynex. And you say, Crewman, why don't you mine Dynex? Well, look at the hash of Dynex. I mean, look at ever since 1.0 Miner came out, just look at how the hash rate has exploded on a coin like Dynex versus the hash rate of something like Radiant, which is actually trending downwards, and it's only a 3 cent profitability difference based on hashrate.no's numbers, which again I don't really like, but I'm just using this for an example. So the yield is a lot higher for Radiant, and the potential profit in the future. Now, because the yield is higher, you're banking on future profits for everything. And obviously, if you're mining more now, you will make more later if the profits go up. So that is why I am sticking to something like Radiant. And then, especially considering the yield of Conflux is finally going down, I am going to be dual mining that because I believe in triple mining to make the most out of your GPUs. However, I understand triple mining isn't for everybody due to other circumstances, but I'm just explaining to you why I'm choosing to mine what I am choosing to mine. So I will be mining Conflux, Radiant, and ZIL. Finally, one interesting thing to note, the 30-day price of Radiant and Conflux is actually trending upwards while the hash rate is trending down, as I've showed you here. One of the reasons I think that's the case is I think the window for GPU profitability is a lot lower. Now, if we go back to hashrate.no, again, this is just a site that everybody checks. Let's go to the average American power rate of, say, 18 cents per kilowatt hour. If you look, now if you really look, let's look at the 4090, for example. You're making like 44 to 45 cents a day on Radiant, which is pretty solid. But now let's go to the 3070 on 18 cents per kilowatt hour, and you see that everything is negative. Now, you see that I'm losing $5 a day before considering writing off electric, as I've shown you, on 10 cents per kilowatt hour. So imagine if you were 18 to 20 cents. You basically want to double that loss to about $10 a day. Now, at that point, are people mining at that much of a loss? It might be cheaper to actually buy the coin outright, even with fees and everything considered. So I would argue that the range of profitability for GPU mining is very narrow right now. And if you are lucky enough to fit into that range of, I want to say, in my opinion, maybe like 14 to 15 cents would be the cutoff right now per kilowatt hour. Now, this is just my opinion. Obviously, you guys have to run your own math and do your own numbers. But you're barely breaking even. You're maybe losing a little bit, but it still might be cheaper to mine, especially as yields are declining, as I think more and more GPU miners are shutting off due to the fact that it is unprofitable for the average person of the world due to their power rate. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope I was able to clearly explain why I'm mining, what I'm mining with, and what I plan on doing in the future. So please hit that like button and please subscribe to the channel. The march to 2,000 subscribers continues. I'm trying to get there as fast as I can and then go on from there. So again, thank you guys for watching. I know your time is valuable, so thanks for spending it with me. Crewman out.